Our 2 cents.
With Oscar.
Welcome back to Our 2 Cents. With your host, Oscar. Our 2 Cents of Oscar.com, Our 2 Cents on all social media. Thank you for all your support. Please hit the subscribe button. It's free to you and it means the world to me. Also, leave a comment for the algorithm. It helps keeps things moving along and also helps me get more subscribers, which is the goal. We're trying to get to 1,000, god damn it. But anyways, thank you again for your support. And if you haven't hit the subscribe button, do so now because I've already told you twice and I'm not going to say it again. Buzzsprout, let's get your podcast launched today. Today is a great day to start your own podcast. Whether you're looking for a new marketing channel, have a message you want to share with the world, or you probably just think it would be fun to have your own talk show, program, wherever you want to call it. Podcasting is an easy, inexpensive, and fun way to expand your reach online. Buzzsprout is hands down the easiest and best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. Your show can be online listed in all major podcast directories like Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify, and many more within minutes of finishing your recording. Podcasting isn't hard when you have the right team and the right partners, and the team of Buzzsprout is passionate about helping you succeed. Join over hundreds of thousands of podcasters already using Buzzsprout to get their message out to the world. Let's create something together. Following the link in the show notes lets Buzzsprout know that I sent you. And I'm going to say we because Buzzsprout is sending you there too. But at the end of the day, it's I sent you there. Get you a $20 credit if you sign up for a paid plan. And most importantly, it helps support the show. Thank you. And welcome to January. January has finished. It's not welcome to January, but rather welcome to February. It is the first Friday and the third day of the shortest month of the year. Being that it's not a leap year, it's not going to be any longer than 28 days for this month. That being said, happy National Carrot Cake Day. National Carrot Cake Day. Damn, that's a tongue twister right there. National Carrot Cake Day on February 3rd celebrates one of America's favorite flavors of cake. In the carrot cake, we get to eat our cake and veggies too. Only problem is not veggies, it's veggie. It's not multiple veggies. Shit, I almost had to restart all over again. But it's not multiple vegetables. It's a vegetable that has multiple vegetables of that A. So if you want to be a rabbit, eat your carrot cake. Although carrot cake is delicious. I'm here talking shit about it, but I know that carrot cake is a delicious treat. But I like rabbits too. Anyways, if you don't have enough celebrating the Carrot Cake Day, let's also celebrate Bubble Gum Day. Happy National Bubble Gum Day. Bubble Gum Day, it's always celebrated on the first Friday of February. Celebrating Bubble Gum Day on the first Friday of February every year doesn't burst many people's bubbles. It's a fun way to chew your favorite flavor of bubblegum blow some spectacular bubbles, and raise money too. Well, if you're buying the gum, you are not raising any money. You are the one providing to the person who's raising that money. Don't swallow your gum. Otherwise, you're going to be popping bubbles from your butt. I'm pretty sure you've all seen Family Guy's episode. We're all familiar with that episode. Happy National Bubblegum Day. And with that, we also are here to celebrate. Now, before I read this, no, I'm going to read it. National Wear Red Day. First day of Friday as well in February, like we mentioned earlier, same as Bubblegum Day. National Wear Red Day on the first Friday of February is an annual campaign to raise awareness about heart disease in women. Also, a bad color to pick because those are bad colors. We know the Bloods, that's what the red means, right? So are we celebrating Bloods days, or am I going to get in trouble for wearing the wrong color down the street? And that's not the only reason why the red color is bad. Color red is bad also because communism loves the color red. Unlike the Americans that we are, we love the color blue. Happy National Wear Red Day. Don't be in the wrong neighborhood when you're wearing your color to celebrate National Wear Red Day because it's the first Friday of February. With that being said, happy National Days. If you are one of those people that celebrate every single day, well, enjoy. Just don't go in the wrong neighborhood with the colors that you're wearing today. That's why you see my whole background. My shirt, I had to change it. It's not National Red Day. Anyways, happy celebrations. And with that being said, I'd like to move on to the conversation that we're going to have today. I messaged this person because this person has actually been to the place that we've all been watching from our phones, from our TVs, from our computers. We've been sitting in the room, just sitting down, indulging in the information that we're being fed. But nothing gets better than actually being there and socializing with the locals. As my new friend, Kevin, videographer, cinematographer, traveled to Ukraine to shoot a documentary also. And most importantly, what a better way to get a real experience of what people are really going through other than just interacting with the locals. Also, he lived the terrifying war and trauma that Ukrainians have become accustomed to. Now, a couple of his YouTube videos, they go on to show how younger kids that are actually still living in the area, they're all accustomed to whatever is happening around them, and it seems like it doesn't even faze them. And it just goes to shows how much we are creatures of habit. We learn a habit and we just run with it and never want to change it. But we're not here to talk about the habits. We're here to talk about the horror and the trauma that people are living in that country while being attacked by other nations. That we can only go off of whatever the news tells us, but at the end of the day, we know that whatever they're doing is wrong regardless, because you can't come in a place and take somebody else's place that they've been living on their whole life, that it's already been proclaimed as we are a country. Can't do that. We're not in the 1500s. We're not in those times anymore. We are better humans. We have learned to be more social. We have learned to be more compassionate. But it seems like in other places they haven't. But anyways, I think that's a different opinion. But without further ado, I bring to you my friend Kevin, videographer, cinematographer, traveled to Ukraine to socialize with the locals and to shoot a documentary. So please join me with my friend Kevin.
What's up, man?
All right, man. What's up, man? First of all, thank you for accepting to have this conversation with me. I know you probably got a bunch of requests from especially the video that blew you off. I should say. You're already
Whoa, blew me off. That's kind of no pun intended.
well, right? Shit.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, I'm gonna let you go ahead and introduce yourself. Please tell us who you are, what you do, and if you have anything to plug, please go ahead and do that as well.
All right. Well, my name is Kevin Beza, and I'm a videographer slash cinematographer. So I basically went to Ukraine to film a documentary, and at the same time, on my free time, I went out to just go explore the city and just interact with the locals. So I went to an abandoned amusement park, and yeah, some really scary stuff happened there. So,
I saw your whole 16-minute video of the amusement park, the one specifically. Yeah, that one was pretty exciting. Well, not exciting. What's the word I'm looking for?
Interesting.
Interesting.
Right?
Yeah, interesting, right? Because I felt how scary you were in the glass house, right?
Yeah. I was like, yeah.
Can you tell us about how did this idea come about? You traveling out there to
Ukraine?
Yes. How did that idea come about?
Oh wait, I forgot to plug
Oh yes, I'm
my
sorry.
YouTube channel. Yeah. It's fine. My YouTube channel is KEVenture, like Kevin, but Adventure, so combine.
KEVenture.
So most people just put KEVenture Ukraine and they find me.
Awesome. We'll go ahead and put it in the link in the description of the episode too. So please send me that at the end too, so I can have it
whoa.
and share.
What's your name, by the way?
Oscar. I should have introduced myself. My bad. I usually introduce myself first. I'm jumping all over the place. I've been really excited to have this conversation. I mean,
me too, man.
I'm as excited as I am. I know that I'll forget a lot of things that I was thinking. Oh, I'm gonna ask him about that. Oh, I'm gonna ask him about this, but I'll forget and I'll come up with another conversation along the way. But anyways, so go ahead and.
Are you on Twitch or YouTube or something, or?
I'm only on YouTube. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
send me your link afterwards. I want to check it out.
Of course, I will. It's not as exciting as yours, but it's. I've been working on it, but it's.
Hey, I listen to podcasts all the time, man.
All right, that's good. Good to hear. So go ahead and tell us, how did the trip come about? I mean, well, first of all, how old are you? First of all, let me start with that.
I'm 22.
Oh man, you're so young.
Yeah, man.
Good job. So go ahead, tell us.
Yeah. So long story short, ever since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be a Navy SEAL. It was my dream ever since I was a little kid. Then when I was 16, I got a job as a bike messenger. I got hit by a car, and then I picked up a camera for safety, and I made my first movie. I'm like, whoa, I like making videos. This is cool. So I started making videos, blah, blah, blah. I met this movie director named Lucas Brunel. He made a movie that was on Netflix called Lane of Sight. And we became best friends. And he's a hardcore adrenaline junkie. I thought I was an adrenaline junkie. No, he's 50, by the way.
Oh, okay. He's experienced.
Yeah, but he's been to many war zones. He's been to Syria. He's been any war you can name, he's probably been there. He's been to the front lines. So he's originally from Ukraine, and since he knew I wanted to be a Navy SEAL, he said, hey, you want to come help me film this documentary in Ukraine? And I said, fuck yeah, let's go, man. Come on, let's go. So yeah, we went over there, and at first our plan was just to go to Kiev and then Kharkiv and then find a way to get to the front lines. But we had no contacts at all. We didn't know how we were going to get to the front lines.
Okay.
And then someone DM'd him saying, one of his friends DM'd him saying, hey, I'm actually in the Ukrainian Special Forces, come to Donbass and I'll show you what we do. So last minute, we just left Kharkiv. We went to Donbass and we stayed with them for a week. And then that was, yeah, that was a
Yeah, right.
that was a different story. We were pretty close to dying a few times, but yeah, it was worth it because we got the shots and the interviews we needed.
Well, that's good to hear that you guys completed the air quotes mission that you guys had on the way over there. But
Yeah,
we
yeah.
we jumped a little bit ahead. But this is what I want to know, because over here, well, obviously you're back in the States, but you know
Mhm.
the kind of information that we're getting about the situation over there.
Yeah, yeah.
As soon as you landed at the airport, or as soon as you went into the country, you got into the country, that you were for sure
Yes.
you're already in it. What was the feeling like that you got when you got there?
You'll see all of this in the documentary. You'll be like, whoa. But as soon as we got into Ukraine, to be honest, we went through Hungary because we tried going through Slovakia, but they didn't let us in because we had too many drones. They're like, what are you guys doing with this many drones? And we're like, oh, we're filmmakers, and they didn't
They were
they
buying
didn't
it.
believe us. And yeah, they didn't believe us. And then a bunch of weird stuff started happening because our press credentials didn't come in yet from Ukraine. They had to identify us. And yeah, so it just didn't feel real once we got in because the flight was really long. I flew to Dubai, then to Slovakia, and then we from Slovakia went to Hungary. I didn't sleep for like 2 or 3 days.
Oh
So
my
the entire
god,
time I felt like I was just dreaming. I just didn't feel awake.
jet lag and everything.
Everything just, yeah, everything was just like on airplane mode. It was,
Wow.
yeah, it was really weird.
No, I can imagine. But when you were going through all those countries that you were going through, there was no time to look around or anything, or was there?
uh
At least to
when I was
experience
in,
some of the
yeah,
other.
when I was in Kiev, I did have the chance a little bit, but I was just editing most of the time when I had free time. But
Oh, I was
y-
asking about like when you got to Dubai and those countries. While before you
oh,
got there, I was asking.
oh, you want to know what happened before I got into
Yeah, no,
Ukraine?
but the question was, um, did you have any chance to explore while you were going through those countries while you were not
Oh
getting any
yeah,
sleep?
yeah, yeah,
Or
definitely did. In Dubai, I had 13 hours there, and I'm like, I'm not staying in the airport. I went to the Burj Khalifa. I tried getting in, and they were literally gonna let me go into the top of the building, but they said, unfortunately, since it's already 8 o'clock at night, you can't come in. I'm like,
too
damn, that
late.
sucks. But
Did you
yeah,
get any
going
content for that area?
Dubai, yeah, that's in Ukraine part one. You'll see it.
Oh,
There's
okay,
like 3 minutes in there of that.
okay,
But
okay,
going through the cities of Ukraine was
right.
very eerie because first we were, what was the name of the first city? I forgot the name of the first city. They're really weird names.
We won't even understand them. We just know what's going on, and it's exciting
Yeah,
to know that you've been there.
yeah. We did a complete clockwise. We did a full circle around all of Ukraine. But
Wow.
every single time we would get closer and closer, you would just your heart would just feel like really weird, you know.
Of course.
Um so yeah, the first real crazy experience in Ukraine was when we got to what is it? Kiev. When we
Okay.
got to Kiev. My friend knows someone who owns the bunker. We decided to stay with them in the bunker and nothing happened. But then the next day we decided to go sleep in a normal house and it's like 2 a.m. By the way, my favorite movie is Silent Hill. I don't know if you've seen that movie.
Yes, I was gonna
Okay.
I was gonna bring that up because I saw it on your you brought that up. Go
Yeah,
on.
yeah. I love the video games. I love the movies. Well, the
Never
first movie.
never played the video game. Only watched the first movie, but I gotta
Yeah,
say it was one of my favorite movies because I watched it a bunch of times while it was hot. But after a while, I haven't seen it in a while. But go on. I'm sorry.
all right. So yeah, my favorite film is Silent Hill,
Right.
and I was sleeping, and I was the crazy thing is I was actually having a dream of Silent Hill, and I was hearing sirens, and then I wake up and I'm like, yo, these sirens isn't a dream. This is real. Like I can hear the
Oh my
sirens, and
god.
then I wake up and it was my first time hearing the sirens. My friend Lucas, he's used to a bunch of crazy stuff, and I wake up, I was panicking, but at the same time, I'm like, I need the camera. I need the camera. Where's the camera? I got to record this. So I just wake up. I find the camera as fast as I can. and then I just start recording, and then
Oh my God.
yeah, it was scary at first, but then I got used to it because my friend calmed me down. He's like, it's just the alarm. And the
Right.
funny thing is, half of the time, the alarm doesn't even work. A bomb will hit, and then the alarm will go off like 30 minutes later. I'm like,
Damn.
oh.
You're,
So,
it has you guessing whether there's another one coming or what?
yeah. So the entire day, it's just weird because out of nowhere, a bomb could just hit,
That's
and the
wild.
alarms only work sometimes. So most of the times, a bomb will hit, there's not going to be an alarm.
It's
But
after, right? After the fact.
yeah, yeah. So
Wow.
it
Now,
only works sometimes.
now you said that the person that took you there on that information, I guess, seeking adventure, right?
Yeah,
If you want to call
yeah,
it, it could be an adventure.
yeah.
Now, did that person, you said that they're more accustomed to that type of environment. You
Hmm.
being the first time being in that type of environment, being a war zone, um, did you get any like panic attacks while that was happening? Because you said he tried to calm you down a bit and he was successful.
Uh,
Or
well, he thought I was panicking, but in reality, I had a lot of adrenaline. So with me, whenever I get adrenaline, I'm focused 100%. It's weird when I have adrenaline. I'm 100%. I'm focused. So I was just looking for my camera, but he thought I was panicking. So I'm like, no, where's the
uh,
camera? I'm not panicking. Where's the camera?
he didn't know
So
you were a real videographer. He didn't know you were meant to do this because you were thinking
yeah,
of the
man.
camera. I got to get this shot, man.
Yeah.
You weren't thinking I'm gonna die. I was like, I got to get the shot of me dying. What the hell?
Yeah, but to be honest with you, to be 100% honest with you, the first week of being there was like it was scary, man.
I can imagine. I can only
Yeah.
imagine because I have no clue what that is like or what that would feel like. But I'm just over here like thinking to myself like, how were your when you got back after all this? We'll go back to the adventure,
Uh-huh.
but when you
Yeah.
got back, because this question keeps lingering in my head, when you got back, how were your sleep cycles? Were you still on like fight flight mode, or were you like I'm able to relax, or
I'm
any
gonna be
sleep?
honest with you. I had PTSD for a week.
Wow. I
Yeah. Whenever it would rain, it would be thunder. I'll get up. I'm like, oh crap, a bomb. you know, like
and that
I don't
was just
know.
a week.
Yeah, yeah. No, I was in Ukraine for a month,
A month. Oh
but
Jesus! Why did I
yeah,
think
yeah.
a week? Right?
No, no,
Jesus.
no. But for only a week when I was back in the US, I
Oh.
was like, I would hear a loud noise and I would think it's a bomb, you
Mm.
know.
Yeah.
The only difference
Sleep.
is that over there, when you hear bomb, you feel the vibrations in your chest. Here, it's just like, okay, it's thunder.
Just a
Yeah,
sound.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now,
So,
you were talking to a couple of people on the videos that I saw. There are a
uh,
few people that you talked to. I was seeing, especially the kids at the park,
oh
how
yeah, yeah,
how they maintain their composure. And it's just like yeah, it's another one, but it doesn't matter. It seems like obviously it matters to them, obviously, right? But
yeah,
it
yeah,
seems like it doesn't phase them. If it seems like they're already used to that environment, unfortunately.
yeah. It was kind of weird because being around people that are like really young, and then they hear a bomb and it doesn't even phase them. It's just I don't know. It's just really it was really weird to me, because me, I'm a little bit older, and it's like, all right, I I'm not that old, but
Right.
they were just really young, and it was just weird that they didn't get scared. They were just kind of used to it.
It just
So
it just makes me think like we really could get accustomed to our environment, and
yeah, yeah,
unfortunately, the environment that they've been dealt with in the last year or so year plus, right? Yeah, it's going on
yeah,
year plus.
yeah. A year.
It's what they've dealt with, and you could tell that they've been dealing with it for a while because obviously they don't even flinch. You jump. I saw you flinch in one of the videos, and they were like, What are you doing?"
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
But uh I just really wanted to interact it with the locals because before the war started, I was really obsessed with like Russian culture. Scope. What am I saying? I can't even talk, man.
Not to worry.
I
That's
was
me
really
too.
obsessed. I was just really obsessed with like Russia and stuff because I had a lot of friends from Russia. So I was
Okay.
teaching myself Russian, and then the war started. I'm like,
You're the bad
Uh-oh.
guy. You're learning from the bad guy.
Yeah, and I didn't want to learn Ukrainian because it's not even in the top 10 most used languages. And now I'm like,
I
I gotta
should.
learn Ukrainian now. I can't even like,
It,
but
I can imagine how hard it was to communicate with them.
yeah, my Russian isn't really good, but I did pick up a little bit on Ukrainian, but most people speak Russian in Ukraine. But the thing is, half of the people when they hear you speak Russian, they don't like it at all. Like they look at
Of
you really weird.
course. Of
Yeah, and the other
course.
half they're like, I don't care. Yeah.
Yeah, of course there's gonna be that side of the population that's like, yeah, we don't really want anything to do with this because look at what we're dealing with now because of said people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. What is the news that they get over there? Like, do they are they even worried about what we're doing on this side? Because due to that, or
Well, I can tell you one thing. Ukraine absolutely love the US. Like they love us so freaking much. I wasn't allowed to show this on video, but we were going through a checkpoint
okay,
and usually they check your passports. They were checking our passports and all that stuff. And then the Ukrainian soldier saw that we were American. He says, "Oh, you guys are American? Look." He points at the American flag and we all just start laughing. Like they absolutely love the US over there.
right? Well, that's good to hear. That's good news. Now,
Yeah.
but what over here we hear, at least for me, in the news that come my way in my algorithm, I hear
Mhm.
the one week I'll hear that the Russian side is winning, and another week I'll hear that the Ukrainians are giving them hell, and they're actually pushing back a lot. So what is the news that they get on that over there?
Um, in reality, it's like most of the times the front line is like doesn't move. Maybe it'll move just like a little bit. It doesn't really move that much. But yeah, Ukraine is definitely kicking ass. I can tell you
Oh,
that.
okay,
Like
well that's good news to hear.
from what I experienced, Ukraine is definitely kicking ass.
Well, that's
So
good. That's good to hear.
mhm.
Yeah, because like I said, we get different points of view, and at the end of the day, you're left with your own opinion, and you're like,
Yeah.
is it am I right with my opinion, or am I wrong, or should I be looking at it another way, or most importantly, should I even be caring about this? But then you hear other conversations. Like I think I heard I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and there was I
Mhm.
forgot the name of the guy, and he was saying the 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 U.S. beat if there was a World War III, that the U.S. would beat the Russians a
Oh yeah.
thousand casualties to one,
Yeah, for sure.
and they know it, and that's the worry. The worry is that they're too worried that they have no way out, and their only way out is their nuclear. The option is nuclear, and that to me is scary. And what the guy said is like, well, if everyone wants to avoid that, everybody should be rooting for the Ukrainians, so that way the Russians don't get too close to Poland, and then they're just pop something off or something. I mean, I don't know. It's just scary to think. And then on top of
Yeah.
that, let me tell you what I saw, just because I want to share this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This morning, I'm waiting for my shift to start at 7 in the morning, and I'm sitting in the truck scrolling to my TikTok, and I came across a video where they were explaining what would happen in a case of a nuclear attack. I'm a parent.
Yeah, I think I saw that too, actually.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where he's explaining that no matter if you try to go get your kids, you won't be able to get them because the whole school's going to be in lockdown. And there will probably be no way of getting the kids other than them opening the schools. But I mean, it was a lot to think in the moment, and I was like, man, this is too early to be thinking about this crap right now. But you know what? I say that, and us being in the States, we have the luxury to say that, because fortunately,
Yeah.
it's not at our doorstep. But those people over there, the ones that you got to know and you got to see their situation, how they're dealing with it, those people are actually dealing with that sentiment that I can only imagine how it would feel or worry, I guess, But yeah, that is a scary thing to think about. Are they worried about that side, or do they?
Getting like nuclear.
Yeah, because that was a whole deal at one point, right, where they were threatening with a tactical, right, nuclear bomb.
Yeah, yeah. When I was in Donbass, I spoke to one of the Ukrainian special forces guy. I think his name's it was Victor or something. I don't really remember. It's in the documentary, but
Go on.
he was pretty much explaining that they just try not to think about it and they just
Mm.
try to think about completing their mission, and that's it. Because he says as soon as you think about something like that or think about like sad things, it can destroy his mind. So he just tries to stay mentally as strong as possible so he could get his like mission done and save his country.
Of course, like I said earlier,
So
we have the luxury to think about other things. Right now, all they have to think about is just stay focused and try to win this shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. I did get lucky. I did get to see one HIMARS out there.
One what? I'm
You know,
sorry.
HIMARS.
What is that?
HIMARS is the weapons that we sent over to Ukrainians.
Right.
I think we sent like 5 of them or something.
Wow. Is
I
that
don't remember how much they sent, but there's not many of them out there.
I,
So to spot one of them is like
wait?
spotting a unicorn,
Right.
you know? So like,
When you saw that, did you see? Did you think that? Or did you think in your head, yeah, that's right, American as fuck? Did you
yeah,
think
when I
that?
saw that, I'm like, fuck yeah.
Oh, American as fuck. That's right.
Yeah.
That's what and that's what gives me hope. The $3 billion a year that the state spends on the defense department, that gives me hope, and it makes me feel like we might be okay. We might just be okay.
Yeah, the Russians are winning like some territory, I think in northeast, and then Ukrainians are winning east. I'm not sure what it is right now. There's a live map you could check online, but I know right now the road that we were on, the Russians have. Like there was a road that we were going to it's called Kremekdost. So it's from Donbass to Kremekdost.
Okay.
I think that's the general location.
Is
Uh
Donbass the one where they?
Donbass is the most furthest east. That's the heaviest. That's like front lines. That's the worst.
Is that the one where they blew up the bridge?
Uh,
Well,
I
that's
think
another.
didn't
Is that
I think they
Kharkiv?
no Kharkiv. I think they blew that up in Kharkiv if I'm not mistaken. I don't really remember,
Eh,
but I think they
Anyways,
blew it up there.
sorry, go on. I veered you off of your thought now.
Oh yeah. So pretty much that road that we were on, we were like driving up and down that road. It's scary to think about that we were on that road because the Russians own that road now. They took over that road, so it's
Now you were okay going through that road though?
no, we were definitely fine because during that time it was full of Ukrainians. You
Oh,
know,
oh,
like
now you mean they taken over? Now,
yeah, now they've taken over, but when I was there, it was Ukrainian territory.
see,
So
I don't. This is you. You mentioned the map. I don't understand. This is what I don't understand about this. Maybe you could shed a little bit more light on this, so I could probably understand it a little better.
mhm.
Um, when you say that the Russians pushed the Ukrainians back and the Ukrainians pushed them back and they just keep moving back just inches. I don't know. I don't know if it's inches or not. I'm just saying inches.
Yeah.
And they just keep moving back little forward and backwards all the time. What does
Mhm.
that mean? Does that mean like they pushed the lines? But what does that mean? How does that look?
It just basically means that the Russians are winning more territory and like they won the city over or something, or Ukrainians won territory.
Can
If
you
you go on, huh?
can you share an example of like what is like because I'm still having a hard time seeing how they come in. Do they come in with like weapons clearing out every single house or just throwing bombs everywhere? Or how does that?
Okay, you may think that, oh, maybe Russians are attacking Ukrainian forces. No, they do not care. They attack whoever they want. They'll attack children. They'll attack families. They don't care. When I was there, they killed a dad and his son. They blew them up. Yeah, it was, yeah. Um, but what the Russians basically do, they'll blow up an entire city. So I don't know how many bombs it would use, but in Donbass, I think they use around like 500 or so. So they would blow up an entire city, and then as soon as the city's just nothing,
Mhm.
they'll move in. They'll move in on foot. So that's
Mm.
basically how they do it.
And whoever's
So
left over, that's who they clear out, like kill
yeah,
pretty much.
yeah. And
Oh,
it's really hard for the Ukrainians to win their territory back
of course.
because they don't want to kill their own people. So once their land gets taken, it's kind of hard to win it back because they can kill their own people, you
Yeah,
know?
you don't want friendly fire.
Yeah.
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 Wow. See,
Yeah.
we play video games here, and
Yeah.
and I still, even having this conversation with you, I'm still picturing more or less something of a video game. But I'm pretty sure you don't picture that any longer, do you?
Sometimes I do actually. When I was over there, I'm like,
Is this a video game?
no, I didn't think it was a video game,
Oh,
but
okay.
there's some things that like Call of Duty and stuff they actually get very right. You know, like for example, for a sniper scope, you'll see the shine, you know. So then
Okay.
when I was in the roof of this city that was completely destroyed, the press officer told us do not go on the roof because there are snipers and they're only like 5 miles away.
Ooh.
So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stay in the building. I'm not going on the roof. And my friend goes, I'm going on the roof. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man. Okay, you're going on a roof. I'll follow you, but I'll hide behind the wall. So I hid behind the wall, and he's just standing there with the drone and whatnot. I'm like, what the heck? And then I saw a shine from a building. I'm like, I don't know if that's a sniper or anything, but I don't care. I'm
Get
like, I
down.
got scared for a sec, but nah, I don't know what that was. But apparently, when you see a shine, it's
Yeah, but
actually a sniper scope. But
you can't take things like that lightly in the place where you were standing. First of all, you
oh,
any
that's why I moved. That's why I moved.
so I'm saying good for you, man. 'Cause that could have been really bad if you would have stayed there.
Yeah,
Have you
yeah,
seen Saving? Have you seen Saving Private Ryan?
hell yeah, man.
Oh, that's a great movie, man. That's my favorite movie. Have you seen that guy
I know.
where he gets hit in the head and he takes off his helmet?
Yeah,
And then he
yeah.
gets hit again. It's like, God damn, you fucked up. You
Yeah.
should have left your helmet on. See, I mean, I'm still, I make a joke about it, but I feel horrible for what those people have to deal with, and it's probably, I can only say I can understand, but I can't really. We none of us can really understand. None of us that have not experienced
Yeah,
what
definitely
it's
not.
like to be there. And you looking at you took it really well. I mean, it seems like it. I'm not with you 24/7. Just I'm just basing off of this conversation because you're laughing at the jokes that I'm trying to crack about it. So it seems like you took it pretty good. But yeah, what is the social status of people over there? Like, I
Ooh, oh my God, dude. So during the daytime, you have you ever heard the joke in this famous meme called the back rooms? Like, oh, the back rooms, or have
okay,
you heard
yes,
that?
yeah, yes, I'm
Okay, the back rooms
familiar.
is technically like an empty place. Like imagine an entire city, but it's empty. It's just
Okay,
it gives you a very eerie feeling, you
okay.
know. So basically during the day, I don't know, man. It's just so weird because like you go to this like really big city and then there's not that many people around. It's just like a ghost town. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like it's like if you go to downtown in your city, it's just a ghost town. There's no one there, just one or two people walking around,
I
you know?
walked it at
So
night. It's pretty scary.
yeah, yeah. But then at nighttime,
No
no
bombs
street.
though.
Yeah. No, but then at nighttime, like there's no lights, no light posts, no nothing. You can't even see your hand in front of you. That's how dark it is. You cannot see anything. No street lights, no nothing. And all you hear is just bombs in the distance. Sometimes they're really close. And yeah, there was one night where they used a 500 kg in Kharkiv. They used a lot of 500 kg bombs. That's one of their biggest ones.
Hmm.
There was one night where it went off like so close to us, like and shake the entire building.
It,
And when those hit, they'll destroy an entire building. So yeah, it's pretty bad.
what about how do people eat? How are they eating? How are they getting food? Like the people that have stayed.
Well, it depends where you stay. If you're in the front lines, then uh the soldiers would
Obviously, right.
food out to people like but they're all like MREs and stuff,
Right, right,
you know,
right, right.
like things you can just eat out of a can and whatnot. Uh we actually interviewed some some old guy, and he was pissed off because he's like, all I'm eating is GMOs and powdered milk. I want real food, and we're farmers. We should be eating real food. I'm like, damn, you know.
How does that make you feel when you have that conversation, or at least you heard that
I,
conversation?
I mean, it kind of sucks, but my mind was just like focus on the mission, getting the interview. Because while we were interviewing him in Donbass, it was really bad. So it was like at any moment you could get hit, and you
Mm-hmm.
just hear bombs going off all around you. It was just technically gambling.
Yeah.
So in Donbass, that's where I was like 100%. I'm like, I'm focused. I can't mess around. I'm like, you know, I
Yeah.
can't get emotional or anything. I gotta just focus on filming.
Right. So
You
basically, all
know,
your emotions and your sentiments and everything, you just like, I got to leave them over here. They have
when
to
I got
stay.
yeah, when I got to the front lines, it was like that. But when I was sleeping in the basement, I guess that's when I was like, I did some like, I guess you could say it's smart. I don't know what I did just in case if the Russians did take over, which most likely I didn't. Most likely they won't. But I put my bulletproof vest on my door. I had my own bunker.
Okay.
Uh, well, my own bunker room. Sorry, I put my bulletproof vest on the door with my American flag on it. So Russians ever do come in, they'll see that I'm an American, and then maybe they'll take me for hostage instead of trying to kill me. You know, so
Right. And maybe they'll trade an arms dealer for you too. So,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
God.
maybe. Yeah, I saw that. I'm like, whoa, what the heck?
Right.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And
Well, I mean,
they got like an American soldier in Russia, and the trade was just really weird. You know.
I think if anybody deserved to be traded with, I mean, I'm not saying she deserved to be there over just like some oil, that she took, but at the same time, you know the laws, you know the rules, you know what you can and cannot get away with, but I guess she probably had been getting away with it, and it was just because all the oligarchs got had to leave the country. That's probably how she got caught, but. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
that's the deal that we got, I guess. And all we're left
yeah,
is, we can make a joke about it. Hopefully it turns out good.
yeah, yeah. In Russia, they have I think they have like Navy SEALs captured or something. I forgot who it was, but they got some American soldiers captured, and I thought, I thought that would have been a good trade, you know. But
Makes sense. I mean,
yeah,
hey, but it makes sense to us, but we're not running the country, so I don't know what they were seeing.
yeah, that's true.
So I mean,
Yeah.
fortunately, it went down that way. But fortunately for her, at least she got to come back home. So that's good for her, I guess.
Yeah.
But fuck everybody else, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I was gonna ask. You mentioned the bulletproof vest in the American
Mhm.
flag. Would they really care if you're American and not
To
just
be to be
wipe you
honest,
out right there?
I really have no clue. It was just like
Right. Just
better safe than sorry, you know?
try to do something, right?
Yeah, yeah. I always like having something on me just in case, you know, like I carry tourniquets and whatever I needed just in case it saves someone's life. Like
Hmm.
I'd much rather have it than not have it. So
Right. Of course. That's
I
always
just
good.
did that. Yeah.
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 Did you did you have to use at least a band-aid out of that kit?
Nah, fortunately I didn't have to use any
Yeah,
tourniquets,
that's
no
good.
nothing.
That's good.
Uh my friend Lucas got really lucky though, because he's one crazy motherfucker. And
What does that mean?
so so after front lines, there's one more line. It's zero lines. Those lines you could see the Russians like super close, you know.
Okay.
So my friend Lucas, he rides bicycle all over the world. He rode his bicycle through war zones all the time. He's like, "Yo, Kevin, let's go ride our bike to the front lines, like even closer." And I'm like, "I think I'll just stay here and I'll go interview people. You can go ride bike to
Good
zero lines
choice.
and all that." Yeah. So he's just riding bike around the city. It's just a ghost town and whatnot. It's pretty cool footage. I kind of wish I joined him, but he was so close to dying. There was a missile on the floor, like it, but it was like in the floor. It was like already destroyed.
Hmm.
And then he's like, "Oh, look at this! It's fresh." And then out of nowhere, a bomb just goes off, and that bomb was so close to him. It was like if it was just any closer to him, he'll be dead for sure.
Wow. You said he's crazy. Did he flinch at that?
He basically look at the camera. He's like,
Yeah.
okay, I'm out of here.
That's
Yeah.
still pretty crazy, man. I wouldn't have even looked. I would have just ran.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
crazy.
surprised. I'm surprised he didn't get hit by any of like the debris or shrapnel.
Yeah, man. That's fortunate for him. That's good. Yeah, that's pretty
Let me let
wild.
me let me tell you one thing. He wasn't even wearing a bulletproof vest.
What is
He
he
was not wearing
doing?
a bullet.
See, this is
I
what I
don't-
wanted to ask you about the bulletproof vest, though. You mentioned in one of your videos that you have to rent the plates for the bullet for the vest. How or
Okay, so I brought my own vest, but I didn't have any plates in it.
it
So
doesn't
I had
come
to
with plates?
no, because I just got a regular vest, but it doesn't come with the plates. So
Oh, okay,
I
okay,
had to
okay.
buy the plates somewhere, and I knew someone, and I bought the plates off of him while I was in Ukraine.
Is
So
that legal or is that illegal to do?
I don't think it's
Don't
legal,
say it. Anyways.
but I donated my vest afterwards.
Oh,
So
so it's a win-win.
once I left, I'm like I just gave it to a random soldier I saw. I'm like, hey, you need a vest? So
They're gonna need it more than you will out here.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So,
So
what do you plan on doing with this experience?
uh well, I just finished editing the documentary. So
Okay.
there's a documentary coming out in February, and it's going to be shown in Bicycle Film Festival, and I believe in Amsterdam Festival, a few film festivals.
Will it go up on
Uh,
YouTube or?
on YouTube, we're not sure. We're gonna try to get it on Netflix and HBO, but
Yeah,
we're
that would be
not.
great.
Yeah, we're not sure yet. 100% sure it's gonna be at these film festivals, but we're trying to get it on Netflix or HBO.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that would be
yeah,
great to see all that. Because based on the little bit that you posted on your channel,
uh,
that's just amazing because you get to see it's something you don't see every day. At least for us over here, something we don't see every day because it's the reality of what people are going through and how people are reacting to the things that are happening to them.
yeah.
And
The weird. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
Okay. The weird thing is, when we were out there, we, what you call it? We were talking to other press people
Okay.
because we wanted to get more press people to come with us. People that have been in the front lines because they have more experience. They've been there. They know where to go. Blah blah blah. But most of them, literally like 95% of them said we can't go. I'm like, oh, what do you mean? Are you afraid or you just don't want to? He said our company literally doesn't let us. They said it's a liability. I'm like, so you came out here for like New York Times or whatever company you work for, and they say you can't go to the front lines, so you can only go to the city before the front lines, so not even that close. I'm like, how does that make sense?
But isn't just
You know?
being there a liability?
Yeah, yeah. I'm like, what's the difference? Here you're getting hit by 500 kg bombs, and over there you're getting hit by lower quality bombs, but they're still like
It,
500 bombs a day.
just a little closer too.
Sometimes they're the bigger ones, but the
Mm.
bigger cities they usually use the bigger bombs.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, it was just really weird.
Yeah.
And another funny thing is our driver,
Okay.
I got into contact with him because I saw this guy's YouTube channel and he was in Ukraine and he's like some famous YouTuber. I'm like, let me see if I could get in contact with that guy's driver. And I found the guy's Instagram and I contacted him and he was our driver. I'm like, damn, okay.
Damn. So see, you had a connect. You found connections, I should say.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had connections pretty much everywhere we went, especially because the director I was with, everywhere he goes in the world, he has connections. Like he could literally be in the middle of the desert. Someone would DM him, "Hey, I'll come pick you up on a motorcycle." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
You were
But
riding a motorcycle in a place
no, no,
where.
no, 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 no.
Oh.
It was just a metaphor.
Oh, okay, okay. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was like, "Damn, you're really brave to be riding a motorcycle when in a
Nah,
place where there's snipers around."
no, 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 no.
Yeah. So, what do you foresee happening with this? I mean,
Oh,
just your personal opinion. I mean,
I definitely think Ukraine will win for sure. But the war is probably going to go on for a while,
it's
to be
it's
honest.
yeah. Hopefully, it doesn't spill over to something more difficult for everybody else.
Yeah, I
Because
hope
yeah,
not.
because it would be horrible to, to have to deal for more people to have to deal with what those poor people are dealing with over there in Ukraine. You know, it's
Yeah.
unfortunate,
Well,
really.
well, Ukraine got tanks from us now, so
Well, that's good news. We'll see. We'll see where it takes us. Hopefully, it doesn't take us into a bad place.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
another funny thing is when I was flying around the drone, uh one of the soldiers, because some places you need press police to film.
Okay.
That's like most places you have, like, you need press police. But I'm flying the drone around and the guy looks at me, he's like, "You're really good at flying drones. Do you you should join the military and fly drones for us." I'm like, "Oh."
Yeah. I've
Yeah.
seen the videos, man.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. I think that at least personally, that's when I realized that even a regular person over here could do a lot of damage with just a regular drone.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
scary. It's scary, those things, man. That I'm pretty sure they don't see them, they don't hear them or see them coming until they're like right above them.
Yep.
Yep.
And now they're using FPV drones too, which is kind of crazy.
Are those the
The
fast ones?
yeah,
Oh,
they go like 100 miles an hour, like, yeah.
speaking of that, now the UFOs.
Oh my God.
You don't think those are drones? Because look at the drones that you just, what are they called again?
FPV
Yeah,
drones.
the FPV drones, right? Look at how
Yeah.
fast they move. And I see all this grainy videos of UFOs that we get it all around the internet, right? And I see them move exactly the same way. And I think to myself, there's branches in the armed forces, in the Defense Department, that don't communicate with each other. And all this Navy pilots saying, "Oh yeah, we saw this and that." Well, you're probably not in that program where those drones are being tested or put to use, and that's why you don't know about it. What do you think?
Yeah. I'm not sure.
This is
I
way off
I know
topic.
I know at nighttime when I was in Ukraine, it's a no fly zone. You can't fly anything, no airplanes, no nothing.
Okay.
But it's weird because you look up at night, you could see like so many things flying around. I'm like, Jesus Christ, for a no flying zone, it's pretty active, you know?
Wow, okay. See, that's
So,
that's what I'm saying. Like, do they seem like they would be within our atmosphere, or do they look outside of our atmosphere?
are you talking about aliens?
No, 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 no. I'm saying the things that you see in the sky moving with, because
Oh
they're
no,
not.
no, 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 yeah, no, no. They're definitely, I can tell some of those were like drones and some of those you could just tell some of those are like,
Right. I know.
yeah,
I
they're
went way off topic on with that subject there. Yeah. But yeah, man, it's cool to see that at least you got to do that. What did your family think when you told them, "Hey, I'm going to this place to, do a little
um
video recording"?
well, I've been an adrenaline junkie most of my life. Well, ever since I turned 16, like I was always like climbing cranes and rooftoping, and
No way.
I was a bike messenger. Like I said, I wanted to be a Navy SEAL, so I was always doing something crazy.
Mm.
So, and I always told my mom, as long as I die happy, I don't care.
Well, that's
You know,
good.
I want to die happy.
That's
I'll die
good.
young and happy than dying old and sad. That's what I told her.
Yeah, that's good.
So right before I left to Ukraine, she's like, "You always said as long as you die happy." So I'm like, yeah. So then I left,
So,
and yeah, she would call me like almost like every night or so. Well, I would have to call her, but she would call me too. But most of the times I needed to have my phone off because they're not, the Russians would find out where you are. So
oh, damn. So
yeah.
even communicating with this side
If
of
you're
the
in a,
world.
yeah, if you're in the front lines, you need to have your phone off and all that. Another thing the Russians do is that if you're flying a drone, the Russians can locate where the controller is. Like if you're, yeah, they can just locate where the controller is. So they can also locate where your phone is by like a satellite thing they have on their drone. So they fly a drone above Ukrainian positions, and then if your phone connects to that drone, like let's say 4G or whatever it is, the
Mhm.
drone knows where you are. So then they'll start shooting artillery towards your way.
What?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah. So I didn't know it was this like modern, I thought it was just like
guesswork.
bombs and stuff. But yeah, when it comes to hacking and stuff, they have like, yeah, they can hack. Oh, another thing, which was pretty interesting. They can hack your drone and take it away from you. So the drone would fly over the battlefield to go find a Russian, and then the Russians could just hack the drone and take the drone away from you. And the Ukrainian special forces told me you only have two options: either land the drone in the middle of the field and no one gets it, or you let it go and let the Russians take it. So
Damn. But what about
yeah.
when you use the drone to record this? Do you have the micro USB chip in it, or are you recording from a device away from the drone?
No, it's recording on the controller. On the
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Cause yeah. See, I'm thinking of the cheap ones. I'm
Nah,
thinking
nah,
of the
nah.
cheap ones. Jesus Christ, I forgot you were using something way more sophisticated.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Right. Oh, okay. That's interesting. I didn't know people could do that. Heck,
Yeah, yeah.
wow. Well, I mean, of course it makes sense. It's electronic. It's got a signal, and it's got a control remote. Just connect another control remote to that signal, and there you go.
Yeah, I didn't know that either because I thought everything was like very Soviet. Everything's like very old. And then when I got to the front lines, he's like, no, turn off your phones, don't do this, don't do that. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I got to see how they use Starlink, which is pretty cool.
How
It's
do
just like
how does that work for them?
it's like this big giant ass box.
Okay.
It's just like a giant ass box that's connected to a bunch of wires, and then it's a satellite. So they just put the satellite wherever is the best to point it to the sky, and they have Starlink. So
And they can't. The Russians can't hack to that either. Or
they didn't tell me anything about that. So I guess they can't.
oh, that's
So
interesting. I guess it's more. It would be more hard to get through that system. I guess I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm not savvy in that.
yeah.
But yeah,
Elon Musk probably invented some weird crap where it can be hacked. So.
he is inventing weird crap. He's about to take a bunch of people to Mars, and then what he's putting chips in monkeys and making them.
Neuralink, yeah.
Yeah, look at that. He even said what he said. He said it on the Joe Rogan podcast that he will be communicating without any words.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he said. So I mean, we're probably gonna be just looking at each other like this,
Like just
and,
like blinking.
and you'll know what I'm saying.
There's gonna be so many memes about that.
Oh man, get ready, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, that's cool, man. It's cool to know that they could do that with technology, but at the same time, it's scary, because if they could do it to anybody, well, I mean, it could be really bad, really quick. I just hope those $3 billion that I mentioned earlier that the Defense Department spends on our military here, because I come back to here because the worry that most of us have, at least regular folk like me. Is that the world will spill over and then we will be in danger, and then because fortunately the last two world wars that have happened, they've been away from the States, so we haven't really seen anything bad like this.
Yeah,
People are now.
I don't think anything will happen, to be honest.
I
But
hope, I hope you're right.
something else I wanted to mention is when you're out there, it's really weird to come back to a civilized life, because over there it's like basically no law. Like you do what you want as long as you respect
The people.
the civilians, every other Ukrainian, everyone will respect you.
That's
But
what I was gonna ask.
yeah, the law was like police presence was very like 50. The more west you go, police presence is higher, law is enforced. But the more east you go, it's like very, very lawless.
So the more west you go, is that like where the cities are still running kind of normal, or?
Yeah. East is where all the battles going on, northeast and whatnot, and everyone's driving. No like street lights, people crashing at intersections because there's no lights, people going at 100 miles an hour, like
Holy shit.
yeah, no speed limit. It's just like
Yeah, see,
it's pretty cool that's lawless out there. And then when I come back here, it's not lawless anymore. I'm like, damn.
now
Yeah,
how fast were you driving?
oh Jesus.
You said
It
100.
depends which road we were on.
Okay.
let me say this, by the way. We were driving like at 100 miles an hour, and we were not wearing seatbelts. No
Woo!
seatbelts. No one wears seatbelts out there. No one
It,
at all. And
it, it,
I'm
it,
pretty sure you can guess why.
it's the sudden stop, right? Oh well, yeah, obviously, right? Yeah, because
Yeah,
if
because
you,
if a bomb comes, you
yeah,
better jump out of that car as fast as
hmm
you as fast as you
yeah.
can.
You know what? I've gone 120, and hopefully I don't get in trouble. But I've gone
Oh shit.
120 on. I ride motorcycles, so
Oh yeah.
yeah. So I've done 120 in a motorcycle. So I know what it feels like to go pretty fast without being secure in a place. It was
Yeah.
scary.
Yeah, careful with that, man. I know a lot of people that died with motorcycles.
Man, I met a few people that have passed away, but especially there was one guy that I really got kind of close with him. He was a really good friend, acquaintance more or less. Like we talked every day. But the main reason we talked it was because we had motorcycles, both of us.
Oh yeah.
And he had just gotten his motorcycle, and I have no idea what happened, but something happened with him and his girl at the time. Um, and I guess he left the place where she was and like all fast, and he never made it
Hmm.
home. And we were I was asking around work about him, and then nobody could tell me anything about him until I came across his sister's Instagram, and I asked him about it. Hey, like, what happened to your brother? I haven't seen him in a while, and I've been messaging him on his phone and no answer. And that's when he told me, yeah, he died
Damn.
because he I guess he hit a dip and he lost control of the motorcycle, and he hit the back of his head on the tree, and
Damn.
that was it. He made it to
That's
the
why you,
hospital.
he made it to the hospital alive?
Yeah, but he didn't make it out of the hospital. A couple,
Oh
yeah,
damn.
yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't. But yeah, after that happened to him, I was more reluctant to doing that stupidity that I just told you. I just did it out.
Mm.
I was like, nah, this got too real already.
That's why I love dirt bikes, man.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you can't go wrong with them either, you know.
That's true. That's very true.
Well, Kevin, I really, really appreciate you giving me this conversation. I really enjoyed and getting to know a little bit about you and what you've gone through, and your experience is really amazing, man. And I just hope that you keep up the work that you were doing and keep bringing this stories to light, because I feel like see you just started this YouTube channel, right? KEVenture, right? How long have
Uh,
you?
I had it for a few months now, but the thing is, I started it. It's a funny story. I started it for my illegal activities, for doing crazy stuff, climbing cranes. I wanted to be
Nice.
anonymous and whatnot. And then I'm like, you know what? I want to turn this into more like a travel thing, because since I like doing adrenaline junkie stuff and I like meeting new people, I'm like, you know what? I went to Dominican Republic. I met new people. Crazy stuff happened there, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, wherever I go, something crazy happens. Because I always try videotaping stuff most people don't see. You know, you go to a resort in a third world country, they say stay in a resort, don't leave. I'm the person that leaves. You know, so I leave. I go like make new friends, because I try learning the local language so then I could like interact with people.
Right.
So I went to go interact with a few people. Some kid, like, he was really cool, and then he tricked me. He's like, "Oh yeah, come back to my neighborhood. Just buy me a soda, please." And then next thing you know, it like five people show up, and yeah, we made it out, but only because of some fisherman that helped us. He started speaking English, and he knew they didn't speak English, so he's like,
Oh
"Leave
man.
now. They're gonna jump you." I'm like, "Oh shit, okay."
Damn.
So yeah, basically, I started a YouTube channel just because I like learning languages and I wanted to interact with people,
Right.
and also spread awareness of like what most people don't see, like
Oh, you
what's
did this
happening in
time.
Ukraine.
Oh, you did
Yeah.
this time. That was pretty amazing that you did that.
Yeah,
But
I also started a fundraiser for like Ukraine, and to help some of the people I met that need help, because another thing about Ukraine is that a lot of people don't have jobs because they can't work anymore. My voice cracked.
right. No, it's
But
cool.
yeah, but a lot of people can't work anymore,
Ah,
so uh This next video is going to be following a bike messenger around the city, and what he does is he delivers food to elderly people, and he does it completely for free. He doesn't get paid.
This is in
So
Ukraine?
yeah, in
Oh, okay,
Ukraine,
okay,
we're just
okay.
riding around the city and bombs are going off, and then we're meeting older people and they're crying and saying thank you because we can't pick up the food because my foot got like messed up by a bomb, and like
Right.
yeah, so I just follow him on his journey, and that's all he does. He just freaking rides bike and he delivers food to elderly people completely for free.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's good to know that those people are still out there, because it, I I I think that most people, it's they find a place to shine in the most horrible situations. Obviously, look at this gentleman that you had an experience with, right? Like
Yeah, yeah.
he's doing a good thing. He's doing a great thing for other people that can fend for themselves. So so that's what's amazing about situations like this, that you get to see how how humane people are.
Yeah, yeah. One of
Yeah.
the oddest situations I came upon was when I was in the front lines. I ran into a kid, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, there's a kid in the front lines. Why is there a kid out here? And
Wow.
it was like there was just bombs going off everywhere. He's completely alone in the middle of nowhere. There's no buildings or anything. I'm like, what the heck? So we just the Ukrainian special forces, they go up to him, they're like, why are you out here alone? Blah blah blah. And he was just out there trying to make money. He's like, oh, I need money because I'm trying to save up money to buy myself some knee pads.
What?
Yeah, and
That's
he's trying to
crazy.
like make money. He's like, I'll give you the directions to this place if you give me some money. I'm like, what? There's bombs
That is so
literally like going
crazy.
off like not like super close, and you're just trying to make money.
Hey, it goes
It's
to
pretty
show,
cool.
man. It goes to, yeah, it's pretty cool for him. It goes to show that we know what's really important in life, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's true though, because without money, if I'm sick, I can't care for myself, So it's kind of an important thing to aspire to have. And look, there's always a place. But see, this is what enrages me about people here in the States.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, this kid in the middle of a war torn country and still out there banging it out, trying to make money.
Yeah,
And
and then there's people here that don't want to work. Like,
and no, check this out. Those people, I'm gonna talk about migrants. Goddamn migrants. Have you seen those videos of those Venezuelans asking for free shit, like free housing, free food, while wearing $600 slippers?
really?
Yeezys, yeah, some of those Yeezy slippers. Those,
What the heck?
yeah,
I didn't see that.
yeah. No, these people are they want free housing. They want pretty much everything we pay for. They want it for free. And I'm like, a lot of the people that come here from other countries, they come here wanting to work, but
Yeah.
these people are giving this other people that come here ready to work. They give those people a bad rep. And obviously only the bad things that always get the light, and not the good
Yeah.
things. Because the bad things are always the ones that enrage people, and obviously that's why I say that those
Yeah.
migrants enrage me. No, I'm just kidding. But it is
It,
upsetting though.
yeah, yeah. It actually motivated me seeing that kid because it's like, damn, like you're gonna let one little thing over here in the States get you sad while this kid, I don't know what happened. I don't know if his parents are dead. I don't know what's going on. He was just completely alone out there. He's out there hustling and making money, and we're out here like crying over school and stuff. I'm like, damn,
Right,
man, like
right. It
that kid's badass, man. He was, you
course.
know,
Of course, man. Wow, that's good for that kid, man.
yeah,
I hope he gets his knee pads that he's working towards. So
yeah. I think it was 10 or something.
Oh, 10 years. That's what I was going to ask you. 10 years old?
He was really young.
Oh,
I say he was around like 8 or 10.
see, you just mentioned my kid's age. I got an 8-year-old and a 10-year-old. So
Oh, damn.
thinking of that, this little shitheads. No, I'm just kidding. They're good kids.
Complaining about school, right?
Right? I don't want to go to school tomorrow. Can you take me out of school early? Shut
Nah,
up.
they'll miss school once they're not in it, to be
Right?
honest.
I know that.
I missed high school once I left. I'm like, damn,
You,
I kind of miss high school
right?
or college.
I went to college, but I only walked in and then I was like, what the hell am I doing here? I'm just gonna go to work now. and now here I am, wishing I would have stayed in there, but hey, we make our bed, we lay in it.
That's true. That's true. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah, no, man. Well, Kevin, I really appreciate you and your time in this great stories. And now I'm going to tell my kids anytime they start complaining about something, I'm going to tell them, shut up. There's a kid in Ukraine, in a war-torn country, trying to make money right now. You're over here crying. No, I'm not. But yes, I appreciate you and your time, Kevin. And man, keep up the great work. Once this documentary goes out and you guys finish editing and putting it out and all the things that got to be done, I'm pretty sure it's going to resonate with a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to want to see the experience that you guys went through, because, and all I can say to you, man, is it's thank you for sharing that with me, because like I said, most of the stuff that we get is not, it's real, but it's not, because it's like, it has an agenda behind the people that are telling what it is. And obviously you're just sharing exactly what you went through. And thank you for that. And again, thank you for giving me this conversation.
Yeah, no problem. This is the first time I made a film like this. That's actually made me like tear up a little. I'm like, damn,
No, I can see it, man. You can see the horror that people are going through over there. And like I said, I feel for them. And I can only say that I can only imagine what they're going through. But in reality, I can't. In reality, I can't, because I've never gone through any of that trauma that those people are going through. And, and fortunately, we have you, that you've made this documentary to share with the rest of the world so that they can see the sentiment of what people really go through, man. And thank you.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I didn't think I was going to make it back. I really did not.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah. Once I was in Donbass, I'm like, well, I might as well see if I could like get my mission done, film elderly people, and see if I could get the interviews I want. I was just there for my mission, spread the awareness, and I got my mission done. Thankfully, I didn't get killed. So
yeah, thankfully you did it. You made it back home in one piece.
Yeah.
Please go ahead and plug again all your YouTube and all that good stuff you got going on, please.
All right. My YouTube is KEVenture, just like adventures and Kevin together, just KEVenture. You most likely have to put KEVenture in Ukraine for some reason. I don't show up for some people. Okay. My Instagram is just KEVenture. And my main Instagram that I have is my first and last name, Kevin Beza. Right. So, but anything that's related to crazy stuff is just KEVenture.
KEVenture, that's what it is.
Just KEVenture.
Kevin, thank you so much. Please check out his links, check out his YouTube channels. And most importantly, let's get ready for that documentary when it comes out. I'm really excited to see it, and hopefully we get a chance to see it, and we'll probably review it once we do. And again, my friend Kevin, I appreciate you and your time. Thank you. My friends, have an amazing weekend and enjoy your families, enjoy